What it do, gang? Welcome back to the channel. As always, your boy is hoping that you're having a great day, man. Now, with that being said, listen, I have this, I was out there swimming with the sharks, fishing, doing my thing while listening to some punk music, and then I was like, hey, yo, hold on, boy. This sounds fire. So I came to Master Duel and created a Gotti punk deck. Yup, because I heard you wanted to synchro it up, and I heard you wanted to do some sauciness, bro. So I built this deck. Now, this deck is nerfed. What do I mean? I have a better version for ladder with the actual fusion monsters that's way better than this deck. We'll blow this out of the water, and it's fire. If you guys want to see that, let me know. I do have the replays already. The only problem is that these replays are from before the Bestials cards dropped. So if you guys want to see those, let me know. I'll show them to you, and then I'll make an updated version showing you guys going up against the other decks while Bestials is out, right? So with that being said, if you guys enjoy the content, please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, some of these replays don't have a lot of Gotti in them. I try to get you some replays with Gottis and stuff like that to show them to you so you guys can see the synergy. So if there's not a lot of it, I'm sorry, but again, the other ones, the ones on ladder, do have more Gottis in them. So with that being said, let's get into the replays. Alright, gang, here we are for the first replay of the day, and I believe this one was up against resonators. Also, this is not like a crate. Some of these replays are kind of short, so I might show you maybe like more than 3 this time. It'll depend on how long the video goes. So here our opponent is going to activate Resonator command, sending a red Resonator to the graveyard. That way they can get their Crimson Resonator. They're going to activate that thing's effect, and because they don't have any monsters in the field, they get to special summon it. Then they're going to special summon the Wandering King onto the field, right? They're going to Synchro summon into the Red Rising Dragon, activating that thing's effect, bringing this thing back onto the field. That way they could use its effect, gaining 2100 life points, while also Synchro summoning into the Hot Red Jalapeno, aka Dragon Archfiend. Now, see, the thing about this, it doesn't look that crazy, right? But the thing about this is, I was like, how do I get rid of this without them? Because right here, look, it says once per turn during your main phase. Oh. So I'm stupid. I must have been drunk or something, because I read this when I was playing the game. It says once per turn during the main phase, you can destroy all other face-up attack position monsters on the field. Other monsters cannot attack the turn you activate this effect. I thought that this was during anybody's turn, bro, during any main phase. I did not read your... I'm still going to show you this replay even though I look stupid now, but let's go. So the thing about this replay is that I was thinking about how do I get rid of this monster without getting my face-up attack position monster spots, right? So that's what I was thinking at the time, because I'm an idiot and I don't read. So here I activate Foxy 2. I'm going to send the Seth to the graveyard, bringing the wagon onto the field. I'm going to pay life points. That way I can get my Jam Extreme session because we're jamming now. I'm going to activate the Ogre Dance, send that thing to the graveyard so I can get the CM in onto the hand. I'm going to activate that thing's effect. And at this point in time is what I was thinking. Maybe they'll decide to pop my card right here, because this is the only thing I put in attack position. But then I was like, I don't think anybody's going to want to destroy just this card alone. Who would do that, right? So that's what I was thinking at the time. Get another Deer Note. That way I can activate that Jam Extreme session, draw a card. I'm going to send the Deer Note to the graveyard by special summoning the Deer Note. And then we both for these monsters, in my head, there was only one monster that could have gotten rid of this thing without me having to get popped. That's why I put this thing in defense position. So I activate that thing's effect, targeting myself and targeting it because he can't destroy it, right? Because it's in defense position. At least that's what I was thinking at the time. I activate the Ogre Dance, bringing it onto the field with the Deer Note, bring it onto the field, banish both of these monsters, activate the Ascam, bring the Seth to the banishment so I can special summon this thing in attack position now, because I didn't have to worry about being popped. And then we vote for these monsters. I go into the P.U.N.K Amazing Dragon. I'm going to activate that thing's effect, bringing the Foxy Tune back onto the field, activate the Jam Extreme session, banish the Deer Note, special summon the Ukioi, and with the Ukioi, I'm going to go into my Psychic and Punisher. You seeing this? Crazy. And now I didn't even realize we had like full just death. It was legitimately death right here. We had well more than enough damage to win our opponent. Now I do feel stupid because I made this whole play and this whole plan based on how I thought that he could destroy my attack position monsters, bro. I'm not gonna edit this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just gonna let you watch this and have a laugh at it because I don't freaking read. Let's go into the next replay. Here we are for the second replay of the day. I'm still not over the last replay. I'm so stupid. Yo, I be sleepy sometimes when I play this game. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. So here we are going first. I believe we are going against swordsoul. So I'm gonna activate my emergency teleport, bringing the wagon onto the field. I'm gonna activate the wagon, paying taxes so I can get my jam extreme session, because now we're listening to music, right? Now I activate the Foxy Tune, send that thing to the graveyard. That way I can send the paces, bringing the deer note back onto the field, right? With both of these monsters, I'm going to go into the Chaos Ruler. I'm gonna activate the Chaos Ruler's effect, activating the deer note. That way I can bring the wagon back onto the field. Pop. Then we're gonna search, and here we hit a Snowpios, a Yuki-Oi, a deer note, a ogre, and I decided to come with the ogre because anything else wouldn't have mattered. And then here, right here, sorry about that. So here, the board doesn't seem that crazy, but the way I thought about it is that we were okay because I still have my bounce backs to the hand right here. If they target any one of these with any effect, I get to draw a card. We have the cross our designator and have a pop a card on the field, right? So it was still fine. It was still fine. So here they're gonna start off by activating the imperm, trying to get rid of this thing, which is the only thing I have to protect myself. So I have to cross out designator that thing, get it out of here. So that thing gets negated and bodied. I don't want to see it, right? They're going to activate swordsoul emergence. That way they can get themselves their Mo Yi, the only one copy for the event. They're going to normal summon that thing, activate its effect, showing me the Ashuna. And here I decided to activate this thing's effect. I was thinking about waiting until they go to the Long Yang, the first Synchro one, the level 8 that they go into. But I was like, honestly speaking, I think popping this right here and leaving them with the token is the best option that I have. Because I don't know what other follow-up they have in the hand, right? So I pop that thing in the face, get it out of here. They get their token onto the field, and this is what I'm talking about. They had the Sacred Summit, so they special summon that thing back onto the field. Here, I had to make a choice, right? They can go into the level 8, and they can pop off. And if I don't stop this right here, right now, then they can negate my Yuki-Oi. And then also one thing that I was thinking about is that if they would have had the strategist in the hand, I feel like they would have used it by now. Or would have started off that way, so they would have around the floor with protection. So I decided to activate the effect now. That way I could bring the Yuki-Oi Punk Amazing Dragon onto the field, my favorite card in the game. Activate that thing's effect, bounce both of these cards back while I draw a card because I pay my taxes. When I pay taxes, I get something back, bro. So here we get a CM, which is perfect for a follow-up next turn. That ends our opponent's turn right here because they don't have anything else. I'm glad I did it right here. If they would have had the strategist, I would have had to have been sad, bro. It would have been over. So here I activate the bringing the Foxy Tune back onto the field, getting my CM, and they know I have full combo. I can go into my Psychic and Punisher. There's everything I can do right here would have been over. So with that being said, let's go into the next replay. All right, gang. Here we are for the third replay of the day. Third. Yeah, they're kind of short, so that's why I said I might show you a little variety, like a little more than usual. So let's get into it. So here, I think we were going up against Gotti. So I'm going to activate the wagon again. This is the first play. I always want to do this. I always want to bring this out to the field because it allows me to draw cards. Here, I'm going to activate the Ogre Dance, getting the Yuki-Oi onto the hand. That way I can activate Deer Note, send them a Dance Spider to the graveyard so I can special summon it. That was part of my plan as well because now with both of these monsters, I'm going to Synchro summon into the Chaos Ruler, right? And the reason why I went into the Chaos Ruler instead of the Dragon Drive here is because I have my Snowpios in the hand. So if I mill 2 fishes right now, then we're having a great time, right? I'm going to activate that Deer Note. That way I can bring the Madame Spider back onto the field because she hasn't paid taxes yet, right? So here I hit a Call by the Grave, a Shift, a Cross Out Designator, another Call by the Grave, and a Snow Rabbit. I have to pick the Snow Rabbit because it's the only light monster that I hit. And unfortunately, I only hit 1 shift, so my Snowpios is kind of shot right now. It's dead. So here I'm going to activate my Dance Spider, paying taxes, getting my trap. That way I can still draw another card, right? We're drawing to another CA-man. With both of these monsters, I am going to go into the Psychic and Punisher, bring him out here. And here I'm going to, again, activate my Field Spell. That way I could bring the Yuki-Oi Punk That way I can bring the Sharakasai onto the field, right? And then I'm going to activate the Chaos Ruler in the graveyard, banishing my Ogre Dance and the Snow Rabbit, because it's the only light monster I have in the hand or in the graveyard. That way I can special summon this thing, semi-trap. So now we have a bounce back to the hand, Psychic and Punisher untargetable, and then we have a Papa card on the field. And here they start off by activating a Soul Synchro. I'm like, okay, what is this? They activate Beautiful Princess. Now I know I'm playing against Gotti. They bring the Exit out on the field. And here I was waiting. I thought, let me just let him do the thing. Before they did this, I didn't realize, bro, I let them do it. I would have done something different right here if I was this player. They had a level 10 Barrow on the floor or a Cheng Ying made right there, because they had a level 10 Synchro, the opportunity to do it. They had a level 2 Tuner and 2 level 4 monsters. Now, them going to Ariampos was a big mistake, because now they go into this thing. They activate its effect. Yeah, they get to banish a shift, but now I get to pop that thing. They don't get to use it for Synchro material, and they get to end their turn. So I'm going to activate my Yuki-Oi. I'm going to Synchro summon into the P.U.N.K Amazing Dragon, and I'm going to bounce this thing back, because the shift is going to come back next turn as well. And if it comes back, then they have their level 6. They can start plays. I don't want them to do that, right? Also, I'm going to draw a card because I did pay my taxes. And now I do have my Snowpios. I have a shift in a Paces in the hand, and the shift that's in the graveyard. So I can special summon this thing, and we're going to have a great time, right? And we draw into another shift. Again, the shift came back, which is the reason why I send the Ice Set back into the hand. I bring this thing back onto the field. They know that I have full combo. I could have made another level 8. I could have made 2 level 8s, actually. I could have went crazy and ended the game anyways. So with that being said, let's go into the next replay. Alright, gang, here we are for the next replay of the day. Now, this one is also kind of short. I'm mainly showing you this one to show you how I think this one was also against Gotti, and they basically helped me out. So I'm going to show you how that happened, right? I think that one of the reasons why I went 16-4 with this deck list is because 1, we're playing 2 different engines, and 2, I'm very good with both engines, and 3, a lot of people don't know what to stop because you're playing 2 different engines. Also, the knowledge that I have of the other decks that are playing in this event is I know what I'm doing, bro. So here we activate the CM and getting a Foxy Tomb. We're going to activate that thing's effects, sending the Step to the graveyard. That way I can special summon the Deer Note. But for these monsters, we are going to go into the P.U.N.K Jank Dragon Drive. I didn't go into the Chaos Ruler because I don't have a Snowpios in the hand, right? I'm going to activate the effect of Deer Note, bringing the CM back onto the field. I'm going to activate its effect though before I bring it out, just to fish out some negates, because that thing kept glowing and I didn't know what it was. So they activate the Snowpios, sending this the other copy of the Snowpios and a shift to the Banish Zone, right? And I'm like, okay, bet. So they bring that thing onto the field. I bring the CM back onto the field, and then I bring a wagon onto the hand with the effect of this thing. Now they're going to activate the Snowpios, targeting this thing, so now when this thing leaves the field, it gets banished. And honestly speaking, bro, most of the time, even if you're doing this during your opponent's turn, wait until they make big plays in order to stop them, because right now, he should have just targeted himself. But because he didn't, I get to do this now. I activate my wagon, I get my field spell. I'm going to use both of these monsters because I don't care about this being banished. I'm going to go into my Psychic and Punisher. Now, of course, I don't get to bring that thing back next turn, but it's fine. Activate this thing's effect. I'm going to banish both cards. That way, I could draw a card because I did pay taxes. Now, I get to activate this thing's effect. Send my Deer Note. Will banish my Deer Note so I can special summon my Madame Spider. Madame Spider is going to pay taxes again. That way, I could draw into my trap. And then I get to draw another card because I pay taxes again. I got to draw 2 cards, get myself a Papa card on the field just because they activated this thing. And because I know that if I banish it, it's not going to come back onto the field, I just got rid of it. Now both of your Snowpios are out of play. So that's why I wanted to show you this replay, just show you how I play around that thing. They're going to activate the shift. They're going to activate the field. They're going to banish 1 lifeless leaf fish. And here I have the Ash Blossom in the hand. I'm going to stop that thing because I don't want them drawing into another Gotti card. And then this is when I realized that if I pop this thing, they don't have anything. It's GG's. So they just cool, bro. Like, I know how to play Gotti. I'm playing a Gotti P.U.N.K deck way too much in order to let them continue making plays when I know exactly what to stop, bro. You see my Gotti combo deck? You know about it, bro. Let's go into the next replay. Alright, gang. I'm gonna speed this one up. Again, I'm just trying to show you as many replays as I can, so you can see kind of the synergy between the deck and stuff like that. But like I said, this deck is way better in the other version that I have for ladder. So let me know if you want to see it for real. So here, I do start off by activating emergency teleport. I'm gonna bring the wagon back onto the field. Again, that's all I'm trying to do. We're gonna get hit with the infinite impermanence. So I'm like, okay, bet, that's fine. So here we join to the Snopios, right? And here I have two choices. I can activate this thing's effect, send the Snopios to the graveyard. I was contemplating on whether I should send the effect Veiler, but the thing about it is, I don't know exactly what they're playing. So being able to stop two monsters in the same turn is crazy. So I decided to send the Snopios into the graveyard instead. And then instead of going into the Chaos Ruler, I'm going into the Jam Dragon Drive. I'm going to activate the Deer Note. That way I could bring the wagon back onto the field. And then with this thing, I'm going to search out a Snow Rabbit. Then with both of these monsters, I'm going to go into the Psychic and Punisher. Again, because we do have less life points than my opponent. Set that boy down. I have the Code by the Grave. And this is A. Now the reason why I decided to go with this board is because I have this thing is untargetable, unaffected by everything. Well, let's say Kajumi. So, and then I have the Code by the Grave so I can stop any graveyard shenanigans. And I have two monster negates plus a pop-up card on the field if they activate anything. So I'm like, this is perfectly fine right here. They're gonna activate emergency teleport. They're gonna special summon a virtual world mate. They're gonna get themselves a world gate analog, sending another monster to the graveyard. That way they can special summon the thing, activate this thing's effect, banishing this thing so that way they can. Basically, they were trying to make this thing negated, but they couldn't do that. They go into the battle phase, and I get my attack boost, and they purposely slap into myself. And I didn't realize that they did that on purpose because they had other plays that they could make, right? So here, because they did use the emergency teleport, that thing gets banished instead. I'm gonna normal summon my effect Veilers. That way I could banish this thing and this thing, because this thing just seemed very problematic. I don't really know how virtual world works, but it just seems like the best thing I could have done. So they activate World Gate Chuchi, and I don't even know what that thing does until I read it. Now they get to bring two of their banished monsters, or from the graveyard, I believe it is, back into the deck. And they get to pop this thing because they have less life points than I. So I don't get to attack anything or activate anything. Now all I'm left is with my traps, right? So here they're going to activate this thing's effect. They're going to set down a virtual world city, getting themselves another world gate Q. And that's all they wrote. Now you're wondering, what the heck is this? Now listen, here it says, during the battle phase, if you control another virtual world gate, which he has two of them next to it, you could target one face of monster in the field, change his battle position, right? Then this one says, again, they could pop a monster the way they pop my Psychic and Punisher. And this thing says you could banish one virtual world card from your graveyard and then target one face of monster in the field, negate its effect. So this back row is still in effect, right? So I'm like, how do I get around this? So I joined to an emergency teleport, and I'm like, okay, bet, I have an idea. Activate that thing's effect, bring the CMA onto the field. Activate the CMA, get myself a Foxy Tune. We're going to activate the Foxy Tune. I'm going to send the Ogre Dance to the graveyard because I don't think, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be able to finish the game now. And this is where I had the idea to use both of these monsters to go into the Unemancipated Rising Dragon, right? Bring it out here. Now I'm going to activate Deer Note's effect, bringing the Punk Jam Extreme Drive onto the field, activate that thing's effect, pay life so I can bring the Yuki-Oi onto the field, level 3, level 8, level 11, Yuki-Oi Punk Amazing Dragon. This is the only thing that I could have done, because now even if they want to negate this, pop it, do whatever they want to do, they can't because Draga is on the field. So they don't even bother to activate anything. I sent all the cards back into the hand, and this free real estate for a GG. We'll see you next time, brother. So with that being said, I'm going to show you one more replay. It's really short. I'm just going to show you how I basically wiped the board away from an Unemancipated player. So let's get into that. Alright gang, here we are for the last replay of the day. I just wanted to show you a little more because, you know, in the event, you're not going to get a lot of back and forth most of the time. And out of the 16 games, these are the best, 20 games, these are the best replays that I could get for you guys. That can showcase what the deck can do and the synergy between it, right? So here I'm going to activate the Foxy Tune, sending this shift to the graveyard. That way I could use the Snow Rabbit and my Deer Note, so I could go into the Chaos Ruler, right? Bring it out here. And the main reason again is because I have my Snopios in the hand. I'm going to activate the Deer Note, bringing the Foxy Tune back onto the field because I haven't paid any life points. So bringing a level 3 to make the Psychic and Punisher wasn't even an idea at that point in time because it would have been pointless, right? So here we hit a Foxy Tune, we hit another Snopios, we hit another Foxy Tune, a Seaman. So now because we did hit a fish and I have a fish in my hand, I'm going to activate Snowpio's effect, right? Banishing the Seth and the Snowpio that's in the graveyard. Activating this thing's effect, targeting myself. So if I get Destroyer Pap, I just come back onto the hand. I'm going to activate my shift, bring it onto the field, right? And right now, I wasn't really all that worried unless they could negate this, because this is all I have. I either have a level 8 banish or I have a level 10 banish everything. So here they're going to activate the Serok. Then they're going to activate the Catastrophe, bringing this thing onto the field. And this is when I know that they'll start searching out and emancipated monsters and like rock monsters, which I didn't want. So I just used both of these monsters right here. We're going to Synchro summon into Gotti of the Deep and Beyond. You have to see it in the video, bro. Activate that thing's effect, wipe away the whole board, activate Snowpios, banish the Seth, bring my Snowpios back into the hand. They're going to set down one card and they're going to end their turn. What else are they supposed to do? So here, my shift comes back onto the field. My Gotti of the Deep and Beyond come back onto the field. They know that it doesn't matter. That thing gets a huge attack boost. So all I got to do is walk over that. They only have one card anyways. It was GG's. I just wanted to show you the Gotti from the Deep and Beyond. So let's get into the deck list. Alright gang, here we are for the deck list portion of the video. Now again, this deck is nerfed. I have a way better version of this for ladder that I'm planning on showing you. Also here is, I'm gonna put it right here in this corner over there, is the winning streak and stuff. I took screenshots because I was gonna make other replays, so I didn't want it to, you know, I couldn't show you in a video, so I took the screenshots. And yeah, we are running 2 effect veilers because hand traps in the events are cracky sauciness. Honestly, I finished the whole event with this thing, this deck. I only played this deck. So 2 of those, and also it's a level 1 tuner. Then we are running 2 paces, 2 shifts, 2 Seths, 1 Ghost Ogre Snow Rabbit, 2 Ash Blossoms, 2 Yukio-Punk Sharakasai, 1 Gagapunk Amazing Wagon. And the reason why I only run that thing at once is because I only need my field spell 1 time, and again we can always search it with this thing. You saw how I was starting my combo. And also you don't need more than 1 field spell, because if that thing gets popped or bodied, it's okay, we can play without it. We just won't get to draw cards, which is sad, but it is what it is. We have 1 Yukio-Punk Madam Spider, 3 Punk Sea Amons, 2 Lifeless Leaf Fish, 1 No Punk Deer Note, 2 No Punk Deer Note, 2 Snowpios, 3 No Punk Foxy Tunes, 3 Ogre Dance, 1 Nibiru because Nibiru in this event is actually cracked, 1 Punk Jam Extreme Session, 2 Emergency Teleports, 2 Call by the Graves, 1 Crossout Designated. This thing is crazy in this event. I kept crossing out Gotti cards with this team while I had the Punk engine on the field, and it was so bad for them, bro. It was so bad. Then we run 2 Infinite Impermanence, 1 Yukio-Punk Narashisan Surprise, 2 Ariompos, 1 Stardust Dragon, 1 Draco Berserker of the Tenyi, 1 Emancipated Rising Dragite, 1 Chaos Ruler, 1 SL Synchro Stardust, 1 Punk Jam Dragon Drive, 2 Askans, 1 Baron the Floor, 1 Sorcerer Supreme Severn Chen Ying, 1 Gotti of the Deep and Beyond, 1 Yukio-Punk Amazing Dragon, and 1 Psychic and Punisher. Again, like I said 3 times already, and I'm sorry, but I have a better version. If you want to see it, just let me know. If you have any comments, questions, and concerns, just comment in the section below, bro. I got you. I'll always reply. And with that being said, I hope you guys continue having a great day. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.